Now closing arguments continue in the Dalia Dippolito murder for hire trial.
And this case will go to the jury before lunch.
It was a typically hot day in Florida, but that is not why Dalia Dippolito was sweating. She was facing up to 30 years behind bars.
Well, in the last hours, the Black Widow, Dalia Dippolito, set to walk free.
The appeals court tosses out the conviction.
Dalia's lawyers argue there was a problem during jury selection.
That's right, she's coming back a second time, and this time there's a new cast of players.
For this second trial, Dalia hires two high-profile lawyers she's seen on TV, Mark Eiglarsh and Brian Claypool.
Defense attorney Brian Claypool, nice to see you both.
I am 5,000% sure Dalia Dippolito is innocent.
Dalia's new lawyers allow her to speak publicly for the first time. In our interview, Dalia's lawyer, Brian Claypool, reiterated that reality TV defense that we saw in her first trial.
I'm positive, like 5,000% sure.
5,000% sure, not 100% sure, not 1,000% sure, but 5,000% sure. How do you explain that?
I look at that video and I see somebody who's struggling with whether she's really sure.
She's struggling? What?
Why? Well,
how is she struggling if she's 5,000% sure?
Well, you might find that humorous, but when I hear people say they're sure, I'm 110% sure. She's trying to overcompensate.
It's at a pretrial hearing, part of an attempt by her lawyers to get the case dismissed, where Dalia finally has her chance to tell her side of the story under oath.
9 months later, it's Dalia's second trial.
The high-profile retrial getting underway today in West Palm Beach.
Dalia Dippolito getting a second chance at freedom after her first conviction was overturned.
This is a fake crime scene, right? Right?
Yes.
It's all pretend, right?
Yes.
It's all made up, right?
Yes.
And you think that's a good use of taxpayer money?
My opinion doesn't matter.
The presence of the Cops TV show created a frenzy within the Boynton Beach Police Department to manufacture good television. They tossed Dalia Dippolito under the bus. They made this way more than it ever was. And they could care less about her constitutional rights. Give her that freedom back to go home to her family and her infant son.
The jury telling the judge late today they are deadlocked.
I must declare a mistrial at this time. There were 3 votes for guilty and 3 votes for not guilty.
Courtroom shocker, Dalia Dippolito walking out a free woman after a judge declared a mistrial in her murder for hire retrial.
I can count on one finger the number of people in this country who felt we even had a chance in this case.
Heading into the third trial, prosecutors are certainly hoping that they can finally close the book on this case.
16 years behind bars. That is the sentence for Dalia Dippolito.
Dalia, in jail, heads up a Bible study group. She misses her child dearly. Her mom has stepped up immensely to help take care of her little boy. He's a preschooler, and he comes to visit his mom in jail at least once a month. And Dalia has described him as being very playful, you know, very happy, very outgoing. She is still determined to get a new trial and to get vindicated. We're still fighting, and we're going to file a federal brief to attempt to get a new trial for Dalia.